Good morning, everyone. I'm Sidney Carriel. We'll discuss about high context versus low context culture, along with my fellow groupmates, Jason Neil Casa, Kim Gideon Regondon. Before we begin our discussion, let me discuss to you what is context. Context is circumstances that surround a communication exchange and influence how it's interpreted, or it refers to the factor that work together to determine the meaning of a message. All international communication is influenced by cultural differences. Even the choice of communication medium can have cultural overtones. The determining factor may not be the degree of industrialization, but rather whether the country falls into high context or low context culture. So meaning, tanan nga communication is apektado ta na kang culture. Kag kung sa diin ta na kang galin, din ta na lugar na galin, kag wala dya ta na nakabase sa kung nami ana industry or nami ana nga bansa, kundi sa culture kang bansa nga amo katong galinan na. Diyan ta na kanabis mo nakabase. Cultural differences are the variations in beliefs, values, behavior, and practices that distinguish different groups of people around the world. These differences are shaped by a multitude of factors, including history, geography, religion, language, and social structures. High context culture is one where communication relies heavily on unspoken cues, context, and shared understanding. In such cultures, people often rely on nonverbal cues like body language, tone of voice, and facial expression to convey meaning. So meaning, kung paano kita magstorya or paano kita magbigay galang sa pag-communicate, dyan tarakis ang mamaan kung sa diin ta nga lugar. Pas ka kung mag-bless kita. So, kung mag-bless kita is like more like Filipino. Kaya kung mag-bless kita, mamanatan lagi ang Filipino ta na. Kaya more aton nga culture, doon mura kinalakihan natin para magbigay galang sa iba. So, may kita ka-bless, natin, ano dyan nga tao, Filipino, dyan tana. Dyan tana kara nagalin. Mo kara. So, next is key characteristic of high context culture. Implicit communication. Message are often implied rather than explicit stated. So, meaning na kaya kang implicit is bukan tana kumpleto. Though bukan tana tama ka detail draw. Kumbaga, bukan tana direct. Kulang-kulang tana gawa. So, next is nonverbal cues. Body languages, tone of voice, and facial expression carry significant meaning. So, meaning na kaya is, pas ka ginabaw kayo na, kung mag-bless kita, di ba, meaning na kara mag-respect kita kang elders, amura. Di gani, kung magtunog atan nga boses, natin nga gaugatan na. Kung pabahutan na kalimbog na kayo natin magstorya. Amura. So, nasong kara is, kung maglumulamaton nga mata, meaning na kara, doga pangasubot na or dumahibit na rin, do sad na rin.
Another key characteristics of high context culture is contextual understanding, meaning shared history, experiences, and social relationship influence communication. Long-term relationship. Building strong, long-term relationship is prioritized in this culture. Group harmony. Maintaining group harmony is often valued over individual expression. These are the examples of high-context cultures. Number 1, Asian cultures. Countries like Japan, China, Korea are cited examples of high-context cultures. Number 2, Middle Eastern cultures, such as those in Saudi Arabia and Egypt. Other countries like Mediterranean, Central Europe, Latin American, and African are belong to the high context cultures. Let's go now to low context culture. Low context culture is one where communication is explicit and direct. People in this culture tend to rely heavily on verbal communication to convey meaning. Value clear and concise language. Meaning, ang mga tao nga dya in this culture, ang mga prangka maghambal or direct to the point Wala din it paliko-liko pa. These are the key characteristics of low-context culture. Number 1, direct communication. People say what they mean and mean what they say. For example, a person needs help with a task at work. Can you help me with this report? I need your assistance to finish it on time. In this case, person is directly asking for help without using hints or being vague. They clearly state what they need and why. Number 2, explicit messages. Information is conveyed directly without relying on subtle cues or nonverbal communication. For example, asking for a favor at work. Can you please send me a report by 3 p.m. today? It's urgent. In this message, the request is clear and specific. There's no ambiguity about what is being asked or when.
Characteristics of low-context culture. Verbal focus. Spoken and written words are the primary means of communication. Verbal focus refers to the emphasis placed on specific words or aspects of speech to convey a message clearly or to highlight something important. Example of verbal focus. Without verbal focus, I really like the new movie. Pero kung batangan natin kang verbal focus, I really like the new movie. Gani, sa second example ng gadya, ang really is gina-emphasize natin nga sa diin ang speaker is expressing strong enjoyment of the movie. Kag ang verbal focus also comes from tone of voice, raising or lowering your voice to emphasize a point. Patas kay nasa atin nga example. Word of choice, using stronger or more specific words. Repetition, repeating keywords for emphasis. And next is task-oriented. Efficiency and productivity are usually prioritized over building relationship. Task-oriented na refers just sa focusing on completing specific tasks or goals, rather than on relationship or personal feelings. Gani ang task-oriented na nga mga culture, bali amo diyan kuon nga mas ginauna da ang ang specific task or ang goals, no? Kumpara sa mga personal nga feelings. Example, in a work setting, a task-oriented person might say, let's finish this report by 3 p.m. and focus only on the steps needed to complete the report. Without engaging in casual conversation or worrying about personal interactions, the priority is getting the job done. Kung gamitin natin ng task-oriented, ang tawag nga, ginaunagin natin ang atin nga goals kumpara sa mga personal feelings. Tapos, mas tasig natin obrahan ang atin nga activity. Individualism. Individual achievements and goals are valued. Individualism means that people value personal independence and self-reliance. People in these cultures tend to focus on their own goals, needs, and opinions rather than prioritizing group harmony or collective interest. Example, in low context, in the individualistic culture like United States, someone might say, I prefer to work alone on this project because I have my own ideas. They focus on their personal preferences and goals rather than working as a group. Next is logic and reason. Decisions are based on logical arguments and data. Ang logic and reason mean thinking in a clear and sensible way to understand something or make a decision based on facts. Kung painin natin ang logic and reason, logic means is thinking step by step in a way to make sense, and reason is using good ideas or facts to explain why something is true or the right thing to do. Example, if you're deciding whether to eat an apple or candy bar, logic and reasons may lead you to choose an apple, no? Because it's healthier. Examples of low-context culture. United States, known for its direct communication style, emphasis on individual achievement and reliance on written contract. Germany, a culture that values efficiency, punctuality, and clear communication. Scandinavian countries. These countries prioritize directness, honesty, and equality. Things to remember when interacting with people from low-context culture. First is be clear and concise. Avoid ambiguity and indirect language. Second is be direct. State your intentions and expectations explicitly. Third is value written communication. Use written contracts and agreements to ensure clarity. Fourth is be mindful of time. Punctuality and efficiency are highly valued. And fifth is focus on the task. Prioritize the task at hand and avoid small talk. Conclusion. Cultural differences are an integral part of human experience. Understanding and appreciating these differences is not only a matter of respect, but also a vital step towards building a more inclusive and interconnected world. By embracing diversity, we can foster greater understanding, collaboration, and innovation across cultures.